Hello, my name is Bartholomew Quinn, and I'd like to walk you through my poster on a composite effect for vertically divided faces. The composite face effect was first described by Young, Hallowell and Hay in 1987, and is a phenomenon wherein if two halves of different identity faces are aligned to resemble a single face, it becomes more challenging to recognize the component identities compared to when the two halves are misaligned. This has been taken to suggest that faces are processed holistically, automatically being combined into a single entity, and it is challenging and effortful to disengage from this process. While many subsequent studies have gone on to demonstrate the reliability of the composite face effect, almost all of these papers have used composite faces constructed of upper and lower halves of faces combined at the horizontal midline. Because of this focus, it is unknown if a similar composite face effect exists for composite faces constructed out of left and right face halves combined at the vertical midline. Therefore, the present study aimed to determine if a composite face effect exists for vertically divided faces, and if this is comparable to the classic horizontal composite face effect. To do so, we created 50 composite faces, each featuring half a famous celebrity familiar face and half an unfamiliar face. These were combined into single composite faces, and the features of the unfamiliar half were aligned with the familiar half. Composites were adjusted into aligned and misaligned condition, creating 8 possible composite conditions for each identity pairing. Over 2 blocks, participants viewed 100 vertical and 100 horizontal composite faces, half of which were aligned and half of which were misaligned. In each trial, they were required to fixate centrally and judge if a given face half was familiar or unfamiliar to them using a button press input. Reaction time and accuracy measures were recorded for all composites, and comparisons of these between aligned and misaligned conditions were used to establish the composite face effect magnitude. A subsequent recognition block ensured that only composites featuring famous familiar identities known to each participant were included in the analysis. Based on previous research which established superior recognition for the upper and left halves of faces, our first experiment focused familiarity judgments on the upper halves of horizontal composites and the left halves of vertical composites. Our results showed that across both vertical and horizontal composites, reaction times were greater and accuracy was lower in the aligned compared to the misaligned condition, suggesting more effortful processing. This provided an initial indication of a composite face effect for vertical composites, the magnitude of which was indifferentiable from that of horizontal composites. When this paradigm was repeated with judgments focused on the lower and right face halves, again we found similar evidence of a composite face effect for vertical and horizontal faces. While we had expected differences in composite face effect size across experiments, subsequent comparisons revealed that regardless of the half being focused upon, comparable reaction time and accuracy composite face effect sizes were produced by vertical or horizontal composites. An item analysis revealed a high degree of consistency in composite effect size across individual identities used to construct composites, particularly for accuracy. To conclude, our results provide initial evidence of a composite face effect for vertically divided faces. The comparability and consistency of this effect with its horizontal counterpart suggests that holistic binding is also relevant to left and right face halves, even though these are commonly split across visual fields during fixation.